It's all part of the plan. Don't worry, y'all. It's all part of the plan. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic. And today we're going to talk some football, Houston Texans football. Today we're going to talk about what the Houston Texans' real plans are, and more specifically, Nick Casario, what his real plan is, what his ultimate plan is, where's the end game. We're going to talk about, we're going to break it down. Before we get in that, like I've been telling y'all before, if you're liking the content, man, hey, make sure you liking the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you comment on all the videos. Make sure you're sharing all the videos on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, any type of social media platform you use. Make sure you share this video on this channel on all them same social media platforms. Also, follow me on social media as well. The links in the description below. We also giving away 30 days free with Amazon Prime. So if you don't have Amazon Prime, you tripping. You missing Thursday Night Football, you tripping. Don't do it, because the link is in the description. You sign up, you get your first 30 days for free. Free 30 days. You get your first 30 days for free. The link is in the description. Hit that link, get your free 30 days. What you tripping on? You missed Thursday Night Football for no reason. Like I said, you know the Houston Texans will be playing on Amazon Prime November 3rd versus the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't want to miss the game. So we need to hit that link in the description and get your free 30 days of Amazon Prime. Don't be tripping. Why you tripping? Don't be tripping. Also, like I say, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, comment on the channel, get this channel growing and growing and growing. I really appreciate it. Like I said, my social media links in the description. Hit them social media links. Follow me on all social media platforms. Like I said, let's get this channel growing and growing and growing. Now, like I was saying, I know everybody been tripping. Everybody kind of says it's a sour taste in your mouth week after week after week because the Texans are 0-3-1. And they look pitiful. They give you flashes, you know, and then you up 20-3 going to the fourth quarter against the Colts, with a chance to win it in regulation and in overtime. They've had a chance to win or tie the game in every single game down the stretch. They actually had a chance to win and take the lead in every fourth quarter. They've always been the game in every fourth quarter. So it leaves you a little bit feeling a certain way, because you know normally you can take a blowout loss better than you can a close loss. To be honest, I know blowout losses make you mad, but those close losses irritate you and infuriate you more because you know you could have won. This is the thing. Like I said, this is the whole plan. This is the end game, because I know we're only in week 4. We only in week 4. I know people say it's only week 4, Spitz. What are you doing? But as of right now, if the NFL draft was this weekend, the Texans will have the number 1 pick in the draft. If the NFL draft was this weekend, the Texans will have 2 first-round picks, 1 second, 2 thirds, and a 4th. They will have 6 picks in the top 100. 6 picks in the top 100, which will include the first pick, like I said, the 11th pick from the Cleveland Browns, the third pick in the second round, the 65th pick in the third round, the 82nd pick in the third round, and then the 97th pick in the fourth round. Now, this is all if the draft will be this weekend. Obviously, these things can change, but they will have 6 picks in the first, and they will have 6 picks in the top 100. So that's a lot of picks in the top 100. But on average, they average drafting a player once every 16 and a half picks. That's what the average is. Now, obviously, it won't go like that, like I said, because one, as of right now, is you'll be picking 1, then picking 11. But like I said, on average, is you picking a player once every 16 and a half picks. And like I said, I think this is the end game. When you go and look at the way the team is playing enough to be competitive, enough to keep you engaged and get you in the game, but they're not really ready to win. They're not really ready to win. And that's without Nick Casario doing any moves that we've seen from the last 2 drafts, that he is willing to move up and he's willing to move back. So those give you assets to be able to move around, play with whatever you want to do with. Because like he's shown you that he will move up in drafts, he also showed you he will move back and gain more draft capital. So he can even add to this 100 picks. And I actually think he would add. That's the reason why some things better to keep your eyes up on something. Because like I said, as of right now, the Texans are 0-3-1. They go to Jacksonville this weekend. If they lose to Jacksonville, who's 2-2, they will be 0-4-1 going to the bye week. They have a bye week next week. In week 6, they'll have a bye week. At the point of being 0 in the first 5 games, being 0-4-1, man, as I said, as of right now, the Texans are favored to get the number 1 overall pick. This is what I'm thinking the Nick Casario and the Texans might lean. I think they might pick up the phone and reach out to Green Bay, reach out to Kansas City, maybe even Tampa Bay, maybe even no, not really San Francisco, maybe the Baltimore, things like that, teams like them, maybe even Dallas, maybe even Cleveland if they want to, and offer them Brandon Cooks. Now, Brandon Cooks in his career from the Saints to the Patriots went for a first round pick. From the Patriots to the Rams went for a first round pick, and obviously from Rams to us went for a second round pick. You're not going to get a first round pick for Brandon Cooks. More than likely, you'll get a third. If I'm Nick Casario, I'm asking for a second. Hopefully, somebody bites and takes the second round pick and offers you the second round pick. I will ask for a second, but I'm willing to take a third, which will give you another pick into that equation. When I say you have 6 picks in the top 100, now you have 7 picks in the top 100. And the reason why, because I think you can easily replace Brandon Cooks in this draft. I know Brandon Cooks is actually kind of young. It's not like he's an old receiver. It's not like he's in his 30s, even though he's been playing in the NFL for a minute. I think he's only 28. You can still replace him with a younger receiver. You know, I'm leaning towards with that very first pick in the draft, drafting a quarterback. I know some people out here, Davis Mills fans, or you don't feel like we should draft a quarterback because no, I hear the thing about this team ain't talented, a quarterback ain't gonna do. We're not quarterback away. One, name me a number 1 overall pick quarterback that's drafted to a talented team. Name me a quarterback that's took it in the top 5 that is drafted to that's on a talented team. Like seriously. Because if they're drafted in the top 5, 9 times out of 10, they a bad team. Very rarely do an injury or something happens and they draft in the top 5, or a good team moves up into the top 5 situation to draft a quarterback. 9 times out of 10, if a quarterback is drafted in the top 5, especially drafted number 1 overall, it's drafted to a bad team. Like, they're drafted to a bad... The Cincinnati Bengals were not a good team when they drafted Joe Burrow. They were a bad football team. And 2 years later, they make a Super Bowl. Like they win the division and make the Super Bowl. And Joe Burrow's second year. So don't give me that. Like, don't give me, oh, we not good. No, that's bull. Give me a quarterback. Maybe the Colts when they drafted Andrew Luck, that... No, they were the reason why they had number 1 overall pick because they lost Peyton Manning. I mean, maybe you could throw them in there, but they also added some talent via other draft picks and also free agency because it was the exact same team. They only won 2 games the previous year and got number 1 overall pick versus Andrew Luck's a rookie year that won 11 games and got into the playoffs and lost in the first round to the Baltimore Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not the same type of situation. Like, it's really not. It's not the same type of situation. So give me a team or a quarterback that's drafted number 1 overall, a top 5 overall, that's drafted to a talented team. They're all bad. That's the reason why they drafted in the top 5. Now, the difference between you and these other teams is the draft capital that I just named. You have the 11 picks, so you have another pick in this draft. I mean, another first round pick in this draft. You have the 11th pick. Then you're gonna have the first pick in the second round, the third pick. Then you're gonna have the 60th pick. Then you're gonna have an 80th pick. Then you're gonna have 6 picks in the top 100. And if you trade and move on Brandon Cooks, because you can easily replace Brandon Cooks in this draft, especially with some of these picks, and add another pick into that equation. Now you're cooking with grease. You can't sit here and tell me you can't add talent to your receiver. You really can't. I mean, because that's what the Jags did. The Jags went out there, they drafted, what's the boy name is? Trevor Lawrence, and then drafted his college running back, Trevor Etienne. Now, remains to be seen if that's the right decision. I'm not all that high on Trevor Lawrence. So we'll see if that really will pay off dividends, even though it's looking okay now. But I don't think the Jags are winning because of Trevor Lawrence. I know Trevor Lawrence had a good game against was it the Colts when he won offensive player of the week when they beat the Colts? Or was it? Oh no, it was when they beat the Chargers last week. Is when he won offensive player of the week. Yeah, after they beat the Chargers, I think he had like a 72 completion percentage. So we'll see exactly how that story plays out. But you identify the quarterback. That's why the game plan is to get the number 1 overall draft pick. So that way you can identify the quarterback. You ain't gotta wait and see, oh, I'm gonna see who they gonna draft, or oh, I'm gonna see who falls to me. No, don't let nobody else make your decisions for you. Don't let nobody else make your decisions for you. You find out you have the first pick in the draft. You find out who you want. You identify him. You identify that guy to be the guy, your franchise guy, and you stick to your guns and you draft him. That's what you do. You don't give it. You don't lead off the chance. You don't let nobody else make the decision for you, and you take the second coming or just the second service. And none of the bull. You draft who you want to draft. You find out who your quarterback is. If it's C.J. Stroud, if it's Bryce Young, if it's Will Levis, if it's Hooker, if it's Anthony Rich, whoever it is, whoever you feel like is the best player in this draft, whoever you identify to be your quarterback, you do it. You identify him as your quarterback, and you put weapons and talent around him. You go draft receivers. You go draft offensive linemen. You already have a running back in Pierce. We think that Pierce can beat somebody. And I especially think if Pierce had a better passing game, I think Pierce could play way better. Because eventually they're going to start loading the box. And because as of right now, they like the defense. Okay, now, hey, man, we're gonna try to attack Pierce, but we already know Davis Mills can't beat us. So we might put somebody out there just in case because Brand Cook is fast and we don't want to get caught slipping. But we pretty much know we gonna be able to stop Dameon Pierce. You get you a bona fide quarterback out there who can sling the ball around, who can spread the football around, who you have a number one receiver, whatever the case may be. That way, okay, now the running back, now you open up the box. You're taking safeties and linebackers out of the box. You're taking 7, 8, 9, because now they could put 8, 9, 10 guys in the box. Now those boxes are lighting up. Now that gives Dameon Pierce enough juice and enough pop to bust some ones. Okay, boom. Because you see, when he gets the ball, he's getting 8, 9 yards a clip anyway. You don't think he'll do better with a better offensive, with a better quarterback and weapons around him? I give you Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, we paid Lamar Miller in the first 2 years. Lamar Miller looked very His third year, 2018, 2018, with Deshaun Watson, was probably his best year as a Texan. It was probably his best year as a Texan. He ran that's also the year that he had the 99-yard run. Now he still wasn't worth what they paid him, and he still was you definitely need to get rid of find you another running back and get rid of him. But he had he played different, he played better because there was a threat at quarterback. Now I know that Deshaun also threats with his legs and things like that. Maybe that's where the whole Bryce Young comes in, or maybe the Anthony Richardson come in because they're more threats with their legs than Will Levis and C.J. Stroud. So like I said, that depends on however you want to decide what you want to do with quarterback situation. That's a conversation for another day. I'm not discussing exactly who they should lean to and who would be the better prospect. I'm saying you find your guy, you identify your guy. Don't sit up here and tell me the team ain't talented enough. Drafting the quarterback ain't gonna help. You got talent. You have the means and the capital and the means to go out there and get you the currency to go out there and get you all the type of talent. Not to mention you have 2 first-round picks in the next draft too. Remember, you have 2 first-round picks in the next draft too in 2024 as well. So you definitely will be able to add talent. And don't give me, okay, well, what about, we just add talent here. We'll draft linebackers and offensive linemen and all these other things and then go wait for our quarterback. This is the danger with that. This is the danger with that. Good teams, good solid teams, all-around teams with bad quarterback play make bad quarterback decisions. That's how you give Brock Osweiler $72 million. Because you're a good football team. You don't have a quarterback. You get to the playoffs, you win in bad divisions or whatever, but now you can't. You win in bad divisions or whatever. You taking yourself out of a running to draft a quarterback because now instead of picking 5th or 6th or 4th in the draft, you picking 17th. You picking 18th. You're picking 21st. It's way away from the top 5, top 10. You picking way back in the draft. Now I gotta throw money at Brock Osweiler, or I gotta trade draft capital, or trade things that are here to go get Jimmy Garoppolo, and then pay Jimmy Garoppolo. I gotta give all these different draft capital to go and get Deshaun Watson because I'm a good football team with bad quarterback play. Like, there's a danger that sometimes it works. I know it worked with Denver going out there to get Peyton Manning. And it also worked with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. Those are 1-2 rare situations where the two greatest quarterbacks of all time become free agents. That don't happen. And those are rarities in themselves. But other than that, those are cautionary tales. You know? The Colts, a good solid team. Andrew Luck leaves. Now they gotta go get Jimmy. They gotta go get Dorsett. They gotta Pay Phillip Rivers or try to see if they do something with Phillip Rivers. Now they got to try to do something with Matt Ryan, and now the talent ain't what it was. Because it ain't what it was. Like, it was because they wasn't able to draft a quarterback because they had a good team, but wasn't able to get a quarterback. They wasn't able to get a quarterback. Cleveland got a good team, good pieces around. Can't draft no quarterback because they not drafting high in the draft. They winning games, so they win it, and that's like the bad situation. You too good to be bad, but not good enough to be great. So you're in the middle. You're in that mediocre space at night. Now you're not just stuck. The Texans and the Chiefs both were lucky and fortunate enough that they were able to move up and really didn't give up that much to go get Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Now, it worked out for the Chiefs. They won Super Bowl and went to another. I think with like 4 or 5 straight AFC Championship games. I forgot exactly what it is, which is actually an MO of Andy because remember Andy did go to 4 straight NFC Championship games in Philly and then another one I think a couple years later. Like in a 10-year span, he went to 5 NFC Championship games. And I know with Patrick Mahomes, I know he lost to the Patriots, won the Super Bowl, lost to Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl in this past year. So they've been to 4 straight AFC Championship games. So it's kind of Andy Reid's MO about going to conference championship games. It's just that he's only been to a handful. He's only been to 3 Super Bowls and only won 1. But again, this video ain't about Andy Reid. But it didn't work out for the Texans. It worked out in the beginning for the Texans, but it ended up crashing and burning because you end up had to move on. But even though you had to move on, now you actually have plenty of draft capital. You got you who I think will be a star corner in this league. I think you got you a hog in Kenyon Green. Even though he might have a bad game the other day, that's cool. He might have a bad game. He a rookie in his 4th ever NFL game. He gonna have bad games. I don't remember. Did he start week 1? I know he played, but did he start? Because it might even ain't this Kenyon Green's like 3rd start. At the best, it's his 4th start. Like either way go, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. You're gonna have bad games. NFL players are gonna have bad games. So you start building some of these pieces. Find your quarterback and identify, because what about if there's not a quarterback in 2024? You might be kicking this can down the road and you might not have the opportunity to draft a quarterback. You got 2 first-round picks this year. As of right now, you're leaning towards the #1 overall pick. You're the favorite to win it because I think you're going to go 0-3-1. I mean 0-4-1. I think you're going to lose to Jacksonville. You're going to go into the bye week 0-4-1. And then you got the Raiders and the Titans and the Philadelphia Eagles the next 3 games after that. Like the Texans, but I think then they end up playing the Commanders after that. Before they go to the Commanders game, the Texans might be what would that be? Be 0-7-1 before they get to the Commanders. They might be 0-7-1, 0-9-1, 0-7-1, 0-8-1 before they get their first win. I think that's by design. The way this offense looks, like I said this the other day, the fix might be in. And some of the things they might be doing is just because they know that Davis Mills is not the guy. It's just putting him out there to be the scapegoat. Really just going out there, putting him out there to be the scapegoat because they know that he's going to be bad enough to get them the #1 overall pick, and that's the end game. Because it's one thing Nick Casario didn't have when he was in New England because he had Tom Brady, had the greatest quarterback of all time. Now he has draft capital. He has a bad football team that he can build up. This is his baby. Like the Texans is Nick Casario's baby. If the Texans win a Super Bowl, win a championship, it's going to be because the way Nick Casario constructed it. As long as he's the general manager. Now, if he's not the general manager anymore, that's different. But as long as he's the general manager, the Texans win the Super Bowl, it's been because the way he's constructed it from the ground up. He's tore it all the way down. He's built it all the way from the ground up. He will be able to go down as the best general manager, best general manager in the Houston history, in Houston sports. If he's able to win the Texans, get the Texans to a Super Bowl, because it's going to go back to the Deshaun Watson trade. It's going to go back to these other trades. And this is where you did it. You recognize you got your franchise quarterback here. You got your next franchise receiver here. You got your franchise running back in the 4th round. You got your franchise corner. All these type of things. All these type of things. He will get all the credit, and he has all the currency to do it because he has all these multiple picks. Like I said, as of right now, he has 6 picks in the top 100. Now, again, things could change because you could win some games to get you out of it. But as of right now, if the draft will end today, if the draft will be this weekend, he will have 6 picks in the top 100. And he can still move on from Brandon Cooks, which I think he would do, and what I think he should do. Add another pick to that equation. Then maybe, you could take some of these picks, package them up, move up. Who knows, he might take some of these picks, package them down, move down a little bit, get some currency for next year's draft, add to that. We don't know exactly. We'll see when April gets here, how he will and deal that. But that's, I think, what the end game is. I think he's eyeing that number 1 overall pick. That way he can put his stamp and get his statement, get his guy, and everything else he's building all the way up. That way he'll be the guy that he can sit there held high, holding that trophy like, I did this. This is all on me. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla.